The horrors they endured are unimaginable, and only they can really ever know what went on in that house. But for the three women held captive by Ariel Castro, today was a day of catharsis and relief. Now it is his turn to be a prisoner. But before he's shut away forever, his victims got a chance to say their piece. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
He is perhaps one of the most evil men in America. But before Ariel Castro was sent away to serve his life plus a 1,000-year prison sentence, one of his victims had a chance to confront her tormentor in a packed Cleveland courtroom.
I will overcome all this that happened, but you will face hell for eternity. From this moment on, I will not let you define me or affect who I am.
Michelle Knight spoke directly to her captor about her 11 years of living hell. As she spoke, Ariel Castro's eyes never left her. But this is the moment he registered emotion.
You said at least I didn't kill you. For you took 11 years of my life away, and I have got it back. I spent 11 years in hell. Now your hell is just beginning.
Knight said she's no longer afraid of Ariel Castro.
As you think about the 11 years and atrocities you could inflict it on us, what does God think of you hypocritically going to church every Sunday, coming home to torture us? The death penalty will be so much easier. You don't deserve that. You deserve to spend life in prison. I can forgive you, but I'll never forget.
This could be the last time we'll ever hear from Castro, who pled guilty to 937 counts to avoid the death penalty for kidnapping, rape, and assault. Michelle Knight was 21 years old when Castro lured her in with promises of a puppy for her son. Amanda Berry, 16 when she was abducted. Today, she's 27. Gina De Jesus, just 14 when the ordeal began, now 23. The horror surrounding this case reaching yet a new level today as he appeared to defend his actions.
I just want to clear the record that I am not a monster. I did not prey on these women. I just acted on my sexual instincts because of my sexual addiction. And God is my witness. I never beat these women like they're trying to say that I did. I never tortured them.
The horror began in this Cleveland neighborhood more than 11 years ago. Ariel Castro lured the three young women into his car, kidnapping them while raping and brutally abusing them for years. Their parents held vigils. Police searched, but the girls were never found. Until this May, when a Good Samaritan heard Amanda screaming for help. This was Amanda Berry's frightening sound of freedom.
Help me, I'm Amanda Berry.
You need police, fire, or ambulance.
I need police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here, I'm free now.
Castro spoke to his captives.
You guys know all the harmony that went on in that home.
And the sex, according to Castro, was not rape.
All of it was consensual.
A claim that was dismissed by the judge. Castro told the court he too was a victim of sexual abuse.
I am not a violent predator that you're trying to make me look a monster. I'm not a monster. I'm a normal person. I am just sick. I have an addiction. Just like an alcoholic has an addiction.
Also revealed today, photos of Castro's house of horrors showing his elaborate scheme to keep the girls hidden. Pounds of heavy chains, plastic toilets that were rarely emptied, and a pole in the center of the room where the women were often restrained. Castro continued to harp on the good time he and the girls were having at his home.
Because we had a lot of harmony going on in that home. And if you've seen the YouTube video of Amanda this weekend, that right there in itself proves that that girl did not go through no torture. Do you think she will be out there partying already or having fun? I don't think so.
His victims have stayed mostly out of sight since their escape. Today, family members spoke on their behalf.
Today is the last day we want to think or talk about this. These events will not own a place in our thoughts or our hearts. We will continue to live and love. She lives not as a victim, but as a survivor. Her insurmountable will to prevail is the only story worth discussing.
And then she spoke directly to Castro.
Que Dios se apiade de su alma.
May God have mercy on your soul. Amanda Berry's sister, Beth Serrano, spoke about Amanda's desire for privacy for her and her daughter, fathered by Castro.
Amanda is not here today. She is strong, beautiful inside and out.
At a press conference today, the assistant prosecutor on the case gave us a glimpse inside Castro's misguided mind.
The restraints weren't just psychological who were on the women there, but it was also physical, and it was also daily. They were chained multiple times, multiple places.
I think what all of us are concerned about is he's a very good liar.
Castro is being kept in an isolated cell and will soon be transferred to a state prison.
112, 114.
He was sentenced to life in prison without parole on 2 counts of aggravated murder plus 1,000 years. For some, that's still not long enough. For Nightline, I'm Alex Perez in Cleveland.